To the crew, podcast and media network, where voices rise, stories shine, and purpose meets the world.
Welcome to the crew. Come on in. This is where it starts. We are the change. We are the change. Right here in our hearts. Welcome home, welcome through. There's a place for you. The crew around the world, lifting every voice too. We make space for the voiceless, hope for the undeserved. Real talk, real stories. Every voice deserves to be heard. Streaming live, we on the move. Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube. From the mic to the nations, we build transformation. Change begins with us. Faith, purpose, power, trust. Seen around the world tonight. That crew shining bright. Come on in and this is where it starts. We are the change. We are the change. Right here in our hearts. Welcome home, welcome through. There's a place for you. The crew around the world, lifting every voice too. Tune in nightly, Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
South Carolina, where the stories rise. There's a queen with a mission, fire in her eyes. 20 years and counting, serving wisdom on the shelves, helping voices find the courage to believe in themselves. She opens up the pages, lets the hidden story shine. Black and brown author stepping boldly into time. With a mic and a message, she's changing the scene. Everybody knows her name, she's a literary queen.
From the library shelves to the podcast stream, you lift every author, you wake up a dream. Tuesday night at 8 and the room leans in.
Patricia Grimble, let it all begin.
SCBookGal, keep shining your light, lifting up the authors, bringing stories to life.
Patricia Grimble,
We see your dream, literary queen, literary queen. SCBookGal, let the whole world see
Patricia Grimble,
your legacy. From the page to the air, you set it free. Literary queen, literary queen.
Hey everyone, this is your girl SCBookGal 843, and it is another Tuesday night. So of course I have a new book and a new author. But you know how I always ask you guys, how are you tonight? Okay, I understand. Your girl, I just got back from my daughter's sixth grade orientation. Y'all want to talk about a mom that's getting ready to lose it? I don't know what I'm going to be like on the first day of school. I am so proud of this little girl. She's sitting up there and she's taking it all in. She's going to another charter school down here in Charleston, which is it was ranked number 10 in South Carolina for public charter schools. She is excited, and just the look on her eyes today, it was like, okay, all right, my baby's getting older, which means I'm getting older. I can tell by the gray hair. Y'all can see, boy, the gray hair is a gray hair. But tonight I have a wonderful, beautiful lady who's going to talk about her survival, okay? I want you guys to join me as I bring up author Charlotte Gillespie. Come on up, girlie.
Hey, hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. So, before we go any further, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Charlotte Gillespie. I am from Olive Branch, Mississippi, born and raised. I am 33 years old. I am an author. I am a certified child care director. I am now getting my license to be a life and health insurance agent. My goal has always been to help people. I am a Christian. I belong to the high place. I'm of Mount Pisgah Baptist Church in Olive Branch. And I just love being the young lady that I am.
Okay, okay, I see you. You have all these things going on, and you had time to write a book. What made you want to become an author?
My life story. My life story is what made me write my first book, which is entitled I Survived.
How many books do you have out there right now?
So I have out I Survived, which released in 2021. Um, I released three just this year, June 25th, on my birthday. I released the I Survived Journal. I released Beauty from Brokenness, which is a journal, and I released from Survival to Purpose, which is another book. Those three released on June 25th of this year.
Oh, I love that title, From Survival to Purpose. How did you come up with a title like that?
Um, so that title, it came from a book I survived, and I always believed that I had a purpose of surviving. That I had a reason to survive. I had a purpose to survive. Um, there was no other way that God um, kept me here other than to grant me a purpose of being here. So I wanted people to know the shift from just surviving to surviving with a purpose.
Mm, how do you do that? Because I've never heard that. The shift from surviving to surviving with a purpose. Tell us a little bit about that.
Um, well, you have some people that just survive. I mean, they're just here on earth. They have no purpose. They just believe they are here just because they are here. Um, but in life, you have a purpose. There's a purpose to everything. Um, you have a purpose to be someone. You have a purpose to uh, achieve your dream or achieve your goal. You have a purpose, even just for people. God gives you a purpose for everything. So I believe um, out of coming out of a moment of just surviving, just being here, just saying I'm Charlotte, all of that, to having a purpose of being here. I have a purpose to encourage people. I have a purpose to help people. I have a purpose to help children. I have a purpose. So I have a purpose for all this matter. So it's more on earth than just surviving. God gave you more than just surviving. He gave you a reason to survive. So your reason to survive is your purpose here on earth.
Now, if you guys didn't catch that, I don't know what you're looking at because she just said your reason to survive is your reason for the purpose. That's so much that is said in that one statement. But there might be a viewer tonight who wants to know, how do I find out my purpose? Can you tell us a little bit of how you found your purpose?
I found my purpose in my life. And what I mean by that, um, your testimony can find your purpose. Your maybe grief finds your purpose. Maybe illness finds your purpose. Maybe trauma finds your purpose. It may be something you just go through in life that gives you a purpose or help you find that purpose. And that is what when I talk about my book I Survived, that will explain my purpose.
Okay. So we have this beautiful book cover up here. Tell us a little bit about the I Survive book. What if a reader opens up your book, what would they find inside?
So I survived is a personal testimony. It's a personal testimony, personal encouragement, personal maybe takeaway, or as I call it, a personal survival guide. When I was born as what you call an ECMO baby. ECMO babies, either they pass away as a baby or they don't. They only live up to 5 years old. As I said in the beginning, I'm 33. That's why I gave the title I Survived. An ECMO baby is a baby that, so I was born later than I was supposed to be, and I actually formed a bowel movement while inside my mother's womb, which caused it to back into my lungs because I wasn't born yet, which uh, basically messed up my bloodstream. So they put me on what you call an ECMO machine. Before putting me on an ECMO machine, I couldn't breathe on my own, none of that. Nothing was, working. So they told my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, my grandfather, come see her for the last time. This is probably the day or two after I was born. So they all went down to see me. My mother wasn't even dismissed from the hospital. They all went down to see me, um, and they told them, so, well, it's nothing we can do here. Even up coming to her death, it's nothing we can do. So what we're going to do, we're going to outlift her to Labana Children's Hospital, which is a hospital strictly for children in Memphis, Tennessee. And we are going to let them do what they have to do there until she passes. So that's what they did. They got ready to put me in there. I started breathing on my own. I started doing everything that a baby was supposed to do in that timing, from them telling my family up until them getting me in the ambulance. The doctor comes back into the room of where my family was, and like, funny thing, we got her in the ambulance and she started breathing on her own. My grandmother said, "Look at my God working." And the doctor said, "You were praying?" She said, "Yeah, no, I wasn't praying. We were praying." So he said, "We're going to take her on to Labana. We're going to put her on the uh, oxygen machine." Well, I think they did a ventilator, and we're going to put her on what we call an ECMO machine. So that's what they did. They shipped me to Labana. I stayed in Labana 30 days with tubes. I had a tube right here in my neck. I had a tube in my wrist. I had tubes all other places. I had this ECMO machine, which is, it sucks your blood out of your body, filter it, and put it back into your body. And it did that for, I don't know how long. So a nurse sat around with me for 24 hours. It was a nurse always around me. They would take their shifts, and a nurse stayed around me for every day, all day. So close to the end of my hospital stay, they told my mother, they like, "Okay, will you come to the hospital and stay with her one night before she goes home so she can learn how to suck a bottle, suck a pacifier, and do all of this?" She didn't have to do that. I was capable of holding my own bottle and everything. So that next day I went home. I went back to my doctor every year up until first couple years, up until I was 5, which they say, okay, well, she survived this moment. She probably won't live only up to the age of 5. I went to the doctor every year up to the age of 5. After the age of 5, my doctor that actually waited on me, he waited on me all the way up until I was 18 years old. Every time I would go in the doctor's office, he would smile and shake his head because he said he'd never seen an ECMO baby live that long. After stop going to him, I'm now 33 and I'm still alive with no complications. So
So see,
that's the story of my book, I Survived.
see, doctor, I am all for doctors, you guys. Do not get me wrong, but they have to understand that they don't have the last say so.
No ma'am,
I don't know why doctors feel like they did. You know,
no ma'am.
God has the last say so if it is the outcome that you want or the outcome that you don't want, but He has the last say so. And you, Miss Miracle Baby, how does it feel to tell and to show them you didn't have my faith? My family had my faith, and I'm still here despite what your medical records may say. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, I go to church and you see me praise God, and you know, it's just not a praising God moment. You know, it's a moment of I don't look like what I've been through, or it's a moment of God was on my side. You know, God was the healer in that moment. So I don't have any other reason but to praise Him, despite what the doctors say, despite what people say. I have a reason to praise Him. So it's a great feeling to tell my story. It's a great feeling because to me, my story is more than a story. It's more than a book. It's a testimony. It's a moment that I can tell people. You know, I can encourage people, you know, even through healing process, whether they're younger than me, same age as me, older than me. If God did it for me, He'll do it for you. So it's a good feeling.
Girl, look at here, look at here. God is amazing. And I love when He proved people wrong.
Hmm.
That's why He says, know that I am God. And people kind of they be forgetting that He is, girl, look at here. So,
Yeah.
if you could say anything to your readers before they open up your book, I Survived, what would you say to them?
I would say before they open up my book that to just view the cover. Um, you may not know that you're looking at a miracle on that cover, but the title says that you're looking at a miracle. And I know surviving comes in different ways. So I know you wouldn't know what the survival story is until you open the book. But just the title of it, just seeing the book, just know that you're looking at a miracle. Just know that there is a story to tell once you open this book. And that's what I would tell readers before they open my book. When you see that cover, just know when you open this book, there's a story that's told in that book. Matter of fact, there's a testimony that's told in that book.
I am very glad you ended it like that. Because if you know me and you see my show, you know I have this segment that's called the fun questions. So we got to put you back in the hot seat, baby girl.
Okay.
And we're going to see if you're ready. Okay?
Okay.
So, your test. I love Lifetime Movie Network. And the reason why I love Lifetime Movie Network is because Lifetime Movie Network, they like to do biopics. I love biopics. I just got finished. One of my favorite biopics now is the Clark Sisters. I love that biopic. I can look at that 50 million times. But now we're going to talk about your biopic, Miss Charlotte. So
Okay.
Lifetime just called and they said, hey, Charlotte, we just read your book and we want to make it into a movie. and we want you to help us cast members of your story. Well, Miss Charlotte, we want to know who would you like to play your mother? But this person has to be a female gospel artist. Who would it be and why did you choose that person
My to play my mother,
to play your
it would
mommy?
it would be um I love Tamala Man. Tamala Man just
Okay.
she's that
And
awesome.
why did you choose Tamala Mann?
Only because her songs her songs match my story, and that it may not be about the song, but it's just like her songs are so encouraging, her songs are inspiring, and like she even have a song I Survive, so it's like I just feel like she would relate to what what I'm saying
Okay.
or what I'm.
So we have Tamala Mann that is playing your mother. Now, we all know that a lot of us had those praying grandmothers. I had two of them. And God, I miss them, but I know they praying. Who would you get to play your grandmother? And she can be anyone you would like.
Gospel or just anybody.
Anybody.
If I had to get someone to play my grandmother, it would be one of her sisters. Because they know her more than anything. So
Okay, so which
I would choose her sister that lived next door to her because she was always around and she would know her reaction. She was even there at the hospital or always was around when things happened, and so yeah.
okay. So now we got Tamala Mann as your mother. And for your grandmother, we have one of her sisters who know her very well. But now we have the cast, the main character. You. Who would play you?
Who would play me? If I would let someone play me, it would be it would probably be it would be my
One of your
cousin that was a
cousins?
a
Okay, why
female.
one of your cousins?
Because I guess I would want people that really knew me or really
Hmm.
really knew my story, and all of my family knew the story. So
So one of them cousins. Okay. So we got Tamla Man for your mother. We have one of your what would they be called? Grand aunts? Because
my
yep, they would be called your grand aunts to play your grandmother, and
hmm
you, your cousin. But of course, you know all biopics have a theme song. What would your theme song be in life, and why do you choose that song?
um, if I had a theme song, I have a coach that wrote a song from my book, and it's entitled "I Survived." And if
Hold
I
up.
had to use a theme song, it would be that song
S-
because it's
So
written
you,
from my book
so you have
and
a theme
song.
song for your book?
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, that's
It's
crazy.
entitled
I love that.
"I Survived" by my coach wrote it and sung it, but inspired by my book. I knew all about it. I uh, did everything else, and it's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere. "I Survived" by Yolanda Smith, and on the
Now
cover
you
is "I Survived," and it has inspired by Charlotte's book.
now you know you got to send that link to me so I can hear this song.
I sure will.
But let me ask you, how did you feel when you first heard it?
It brought back all the memories. So I felt good, but at the same time I felt emotional because it brought
Mm.
back all the memories of what happened. So it was kind of a mixed feeling, but I loved the song.
Well, you guys, once she sent it to me, I'll make sure that I share it with you guys so you can hear it too. But we're coming to the end of our segment. And what would you like to say to your new readers, your old readers, and the readers you're going to gain from watching the show?
I would like to say to the readers that everybody has a story to tell. Tell your story. Um, let my book be a survival guide to you. Let my book be an inspiration. Let my book be the reason you may become an author. You may become a songwriter. You may have a purpose in life. Not only I survive, but the journal. The journal will give you a chance to tell your survival story. You may not become an author with it, but getting that journal will release your mind of how you survive. Beauty from Brokenness is just a poem, just different poems or different short segments of telling how beauty comes in from being broken. And that doesn't always come with sickness, that comes with anything, life trauma, or anything that goes on in life where you are broken in life. From survival to purpose, know that once you survive, if you trust God, if you believe in God, if you put God first, if you let God guide you, He's going to give you that purpose in life that you need, that will make life better for you. And all you need to do is trust God. So know when you read one of my books, whether it's I Survive, Beauty from Brokenness, From Survival to Purpose, or if you just get the I Survive journal, just know that there's a testimony, there's a God, and there's a promise in reading those. Those books are God led. God led me to write those books. I don't believe nothing else led that matter. God led that. He wanted me to tell my story. He wanted me to be a survival guide, a inspiration to someone else, a motivator. He wanted me to be the one to tell what he can do or what he has done and what he will do for you. Because as I've said before, if he did it for me, he will do it for you.
Listen, you just dropped the mic on that. So, tell our readers how they can follow you on social media. I mean, we have your information at the bottom, but tell them how they can follow you.
I have Facebook. It's Charlotte G. Gillespie. I also have an Arthur page, which is Arthur Charlotte Gillespie. I have Instagram, Charlotte Gillespie 30. I also have Threads, which is also Charlotte Gillespie 30. And I have an Amazon Arthur page, which is Charlotte Gillespie. You can follow me all there. Connect with me. My books are all advertised on everything, on all of those. My books are also on Amazon, Good and Goodreads. You can also get Kindle versions of all the books except the I Survive Journal. But all the rest of them, you can get the Kindle version.
Well, you know what? I thank you for being with us tonight. We're going to bring up this couple one more time so everybody can know to go ahead and grab this book. You guys go ahead and get it because guess what? She survived, yo. She just gave us her testimony, and you are blessed, baby girl. You are
Yes,
so blessed. And I thank you for being with me tonight.
I enjoyed it. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Well, guess what, you guys? It's another day and another book that's inside. Y'all go ahead and grab this one by author Charlotte Gillespie called I Survive. I'm going to join you next week with another author and another book. Remember, there's no such thing as an old book because not everybody has read every book. You guys have a great night. Bye.
Eastern time. Miss the live, catch the replay. 15, 20 more behind. We are the chain. We are the chain. Welcome to